can't even imagine who would be into that.
You'd be surprised.
Like a nose blowing ASMR.
There's the guys that I was telling you guys about yesterday, Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. They did a video like making fun of weird ASMR channels, and there's like this whole like weird subculture where it centers around the guy doing the ASMR is always a boyfriend to you, the listener. But then there's always like it's like jealous boyfriend ASMR, and he's like, I heard you hang out with Greg yesterday, and that makes me really fucking mad. And it's like, and it gets like,
yeah, who's falling asleep?
But it goes down, it goes down
like,
such a.
That's for jerking off.
But
there, right?
The best part is that's like the first one, so it only gets crazier from there. Like I think one of the ones they end up on is like, I'm your boyfriend and we just survived a bear attack and I'm trying to calm your asthma down or something like that. It just gets so fucking
specifics are so funny about that.
Yeah.
Of that. Baby, it's okay. Rangers are gonna find us.
Rangers are gonna
Hey,
find
baby.
us. Yeah.
There's a bear behind us, but it's all good, baby.
Yeah.
There's another bear. We need to be really quiet.
Yeah.
Be very, very quiet. We're bear hunting.
I know you're like losing a lot of blood right now from that first bear,
but you need to shut the fuck up, or this other bear's going to fucking kill us.
They can smell fear. They smell fear.
You're done for. I still have a chance.
Yeah.
Don't fuck me here. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna grief bang your sister, okay?
Thinking about that for a while, to be honest.
So that is to say, I'm sure there's a market out there for nose blowing ASMR. If there's a market for we just survived a bear attack and I need to stop your asthma attack, then there's a market for nose blowing.
I could see it.
So yeah, welcome to the Buttery Males Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Boyer. Seated, I don't know how the alignment works on your screens, but seated directly underneath me is one of our co-hosts, Rob Morrissey. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great, Jacob. How are you doing?
I'm the allergies are kicking my ass, but other than that, I'm good. Who else we got on this pile?
Yeah, we got another gentleman on the stack. I think up to my right above me on the right, we have one of my good buddies, Jake Demansky. Jake, how you doing tonight?
Good. Feeling tired, you know. We do this. I think we all do this on a night we work. And we work early the next day. I think all of us do. And I just started my new job, and I'm like fucking drained. But I'm here. I came prepared. I'm here to party, dude. Party.
Here to friggin' party, Dad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I guess.
Hey, I came to party with the Bears, and you're kind of fucking that up right now. Hey, the Bears attacked you because you were disrespectful. You disrespected their turf. You disrespected the bear right when we got to the party. You disrespected their house.
If you make one more fucking wrong move, I'm gonna smear this salmon all over you, and then it's not gonna be
Me bringing salmon in all of my pockets, just rotting salmon, has nothing to do with us getting attacked. It was you being a bitch.
So you have a segment, Jake.
I do. Yeah. I do have a segment, and
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it's fair because I'm a liar. It's been established on the podcast, as well as IRL.
It honestly kind of has, though, because like half the time when you do like a bit, I can't tell when you're doing a bit or you're like actually I have something to say. It's sometimes it's a huge
problem. It's destroyed my family. It's destroyed any opportunities I've ever had in life. It's all down the drain, but that's my own fault. Yeah, so I was thinking,
You're like getting accepted into like the NASA astronaut program, and you're just saying yes normally, and they're like, I can't tell if he's doing a bit
I
right
can't
now
tell
or
if
not.
right.
I can't tell if this is...
We'd love to give him the job, but I don't think he's gonna take it seriously enough. He's doing a bit right now.
This
You're like,
could be
no, please, that's all I want.
This could be a long game joke that he's trying to pull on us, like years and years in the making.
It'd be like I'm talking to Buzz Aldrin and he's crazy. He's going on about the monolith on Mars's moon, and I'm saying, "Oh, I believe you, you know." And he's like,
I believe you, I believe you.
I believe you.
And little does he know, I don't actually believe him. But yeah, I did this once before, and I figured we're getting actually pretty close to that time of year. You know, October is going to be around the corner very soon.
October is going to be around the corner in just
Halloween's
over
swinging around again.
in exactly half a year from now. We're gonna right around the corner.
I mean, time. You know,
we're almost out of time to
slipping.
prepare. Yeah.
Time
Exactly.
flies.
Time flies, and you know, I'm just trying to catch up and be prepared for when it's here. It's gonna be here very soon. And I was thinking, I'm like, Halloween is certainly arguably the spookiest holiday that we come across. And then I
St.
thought
Patrick's Day scares the shit out of me. I don't know about you.
I thought about St. Patrick's Day as well. But we're past that now, so I was like...
We survived it.
We're
so.
closer to St. Patrick's Day than we are Halloween. I love
it. But, you know, there's a holiday coming up. Actually, I think this episode will be released just before it. It's Easter, and, you know, people call it creepy. I agree. I think it's scary as hell. I think it's very scary.
I was thinking there's a ghost, a guy dies and then comes back from the dead.
Back to life.
All you have to do is listen back to our episode. I think it's called "I Wish I Could Save Every Crackhead," and we talk about just how scary Easter is. If you
That's
remember.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I was thinking about that up, and I was like, "Damn, this holiday scares me so much." I wonder if people online relate to this or have any scary stories about Easter, you know, things that have happened to them around Easter time. And I've done this before where I've read 3 Reddit, you know, user stories. They progressively get scarier and scarier. This time I just found one very scary one, and it's pretty long, unfortunately. I will try my best to get through this fast. But it's by username Barbie Girl 69420, and should I just dive into it? Should I just?
Yeah, just jump right in.
Again, this is just like
tee it up for another 10 minutes. Actually,
yeah, we'll just like a little more prefacing. Like once again, Easter holiday scary experience that has happened to this Reddit user. She's or he is letting us know what happened beat for beat. Basically, it's very spooky. So anyone who's a little too afraid of this kind of stuff, just maybe you know, put your hands over your eyes or your ears.
Put your hands
even if
over
you're
your
driving.
Put your hands over your eyes so you don't have to listen to what we're about.
Yeah.
Will help.
Yeah, it'll help. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Easter was one of my family's favorite holidays. We used to do all the normal stuff, hide gift baskets to find, Easter egg hunts. When we were little, we would even take pictures with the Easter bunny. You know, all the crap your parents would make you do when you were a kid. I didn't complain. I usually got a cool gift and a lot of candy. One Easter, things were a little off. It was actually the month before Easter leading up to April. That's when everything started. A neighborhood friend and I noticed that we got a new neighbor. He seemed like a nice guy, although he looked a little unkempt. Neighbors seemed to not mind him at all. In fact, a lot of people seemed to be over at this guy's house pretty often. When he moved in, it really didn't take too much time for him to move in at all, because a lot of people would come out and help him. Also, when he had settled in, he was really proactive in the neighborhood and the community. He'd have gatherings at his house, cookouts. I think he would even have little shows he'd put on. While the neighborhood was warming up to him, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about this guy. I remember asking my parents what they thought about the new neighbor. My dad just looked at me, went back to reading the newspaper. Typical dad. My mom, on the other hand, said, "Oh, well, he seems kind of nice. A little fanatic at times, but I guess it ain't the worst thing to have a hippie as a neighbor. Better than a mean old crow." He laughed. "He's a kook," my dad said. "You best stay away from him. You got the neighbors talking.
Christ.
Saying he's some sort of magician or something, turning their water into wine. Judas, if I catch you over there, there's gonna be hell to pay. You hear me? Why is a boy your age worried about something like that anyways? Why don't you and your friend Pontius just go ride your bikes around town instead of getting all caught up in that craziness going on over there? I don't want to hear another word about our new neighbor. He minds his business, and we mind ours. Got it?" "Yes, sir," I said. As the weeks went on,
Anyone
there was
listening
more-
on Spotify right now needs to click over to YouTube so they can see Rob's face as Jake is reading.
This is just such a wild fucking turn.
As the weeks went on, there was more and more people showing up at our neighbor's house, coming from far and wide, all over, all types of people. It was even getting attention from the police. It was starting to seem like people were living by this guy's word rather than the laws themselves. Soon there were so many people in our neighborhood, there were people sleeping on our front lawn. There were so many people that the cops didn't know what to do. How were we gonna have Easter egg hunts if all these people were residing in our front lawn? I didn't want to give up Easter, but the crowd was so big and refusing so much to leave at the demands of us and the law that my friend Pontius and I decided that we were going to take matters into our own hands. We had an idea. I knew the cops wanted our neighbor gone, but they couldn't get him. Too many people in the way. If I could gain my neighbor's trust, I could lure him out of the house and into an area where the cops could take the situation into their own hands.
God.
Once I would betray my naive neighbor and the cops take him, Pontius could do what he likes to do best. Give our neighbor a fair trial and then give the order to commence crucifixion.
Fair trial.
A fair and speedy
Crucifixion.
crucifixion. A fair and speedy crucifixion.
Classic Pontius. If this works, the people might leave the neighborhood and we'll have enough space in our front yards to do an Easter egg hunt in the time for our family's favorite holiday, Easter. My buddy and I slapped fives and decided to get to it. Next day, I went over to my neighbor's house and asked him if he could take me into town. He told me that things were a little crazy with the local police and all, trying to get rid of him and whatnot. He said he would get a trustworthy follower of his to help me out. I couldn't have that happen. It needed to be him that drove me into town, thus making him vulnerable to the police. That's when I put on the old dazzling charm.
Thus making him
"Please,
vulnerable.
mister, please, I'm too scared to go with anyone but you. Can you take me? I promise we'll be discreet." I clasped my hands together with my body at a tilt, eyelashes fluttering. He took one look at me and said, "Oh, why not? I know I can trust you, young Judas." That's right. You take the bait like a good little fish, you sucker. Hopped in his car, and the people cleared a path, and we made our way into town. "Say, what do you need in town anyway?" asked my neighbor. "Oh, you'll see." Under my breath, "They'll all see." "What was that?" asked
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Asked my neighbor. "Oh, nothing." "Nothing at all," I said under my breath again. "Just take a left up here, my neighbor." "Sure thing." "Anything for a neighbor and for a friend of mine," said my neighbor. We stopped at the park. "Hey, your car sounded kind of funny on the way here. Is it possible one of your tires is flat? Maybe you best get out and go check it. I'll wait right here." My neighbor then replied, "Oh, really? I didn't hear anything. Guess I'll go check it out." My neighbor then hopped out of his car, and when he did, I gave the signal. Now! Get him now, Romans! I mean cops! The cops tackled him on the ground and took him away in handcuffs. As he was being dragged away, he looked at me and said, "Why? Were we not neighbors? Why do you betray me, Judas?" I laid it out plain and simple for the dumb bastard. "You and your friends took up our whole damn lawn. Where was I gonna hunt for eggs? Oh, I suppose you wanted us to rent a plot of land to hunt for eggs on Easter. Really? Take him away, boys." All that was left for Pontius to do was,
little kid being like, "Take him away, boys."
all that was left to do was for Pontius to give the crucifixion order, and we were home free for egg hunts and chocolate bunnies. The trial, that was a breeze. Happened on the 2nd of April, and the whole ordeal was done by the 3rd. And it was Friday, so that weekend was gonna be sick. The officers had this crazy idea to throw my neighbor's corpse into a cave and seal it up with a large rock. Okay, a little crazy, I thought, but the energy was high, because, egg hunts were about to be aplenty. Everything seemed like it was going back to normal. It had only been a day. But at least half the amount of people who would party at my neighbor's house were already gone, and more were leaving. Finally, the nightmare's over, I thought. That is, until I woke up the very next day. Judas, wake up! I was being shaken awake by my dear friend Pontius. Pontius, it's a little early on Sunday to be shaking me so vigorously. Besides, how did you get into my house? The cave, the boulder, your neighbor, gone! Whoa. Slow down, Pontius. Take it easy. You're gonna have a freaking heart attack at this rate. Just slow down and spit it out slowly, Pontius. You know how the cops put your blasphemous heretical neighbor's corpse in that cave, right? Yeah, what? I just gotta show you. Pontius pulled me out of bed and dragged me downstairs. Let's go, get your bike and let's go. Pontius, calm down. I don't even have my pants on. Well, get your pants on and let's go. By the way Pontius was acting, I knew something had to be crazy. Got my pants on fast.
I knew something had to be crazy.
I got my pants on as fast as I could, and we headed out to the cave at the edge of town. What I saw was about to potentially ruin my Sabbath. Whoa, what the hell? The boulder was moved, and even crazier, there was no body inside the cave. See, I told you, it's gone! How the hell? Do you think somebody moved the boulder and took the body? I don't know, but Judas, what if he really was magic? What if he could live after death, and what if... Yeah, Pontius, what if what? Well, what if he pissed him off? What if he got out and he's coming for us now?
He's coming.
Don't be crazy,
for
Pontius.
us.
That's impossible. You're just all worked up. I will admit this is a little weird, but maybe the cops moved him. That's the thing, Judas. Even the cops are wondering what happened and where the body's gone. A cold shiver then ran down my spine. What if my neighbor did resurrect? What if he was mad at us for what we did? What if he was to come after us? And worst of all, what if this postponed or even worse, and canceled Easter egg hunt?
My God.
Easter egg hunt.
The Easter egg hunts were to be aplenty. So this sucks. What do we do, Judas? Pontius, get your shit together. I'm sure everything is going to be fine. Easter's coming soon, and the eggs will be aplenty, Pontius. Aplenty! I said that like I wasn't scared, but deep down I was more than scared. I was very scared. Pontius and I went back home to our respective residences. The rest of the day went on as normal. At dinner, there was a little bit of conversation, but I kept all that happened earlier to myself, and I really wasn't that hungry. Mom, Dad, can I just go to bed? Hell, son, what's wrong? You barely touched your food. I'm just feeling tired is all. My mother and father looked at each other, then looked back at me. Well, okay, son. It ain't a bad idea to get some rest for school tomorrow anyways. Go on up if you like, said my dad. That night while sleeping, I had the most vivid nightmare. I was in a field. In front of me, a massive hill. I was by myself, and then I heard my friend Pontius call out to me from the distance. His voice calling from over the hill. Started running up the hill, his voice calling louder and louder, "Judas! Help me, Judas!" I tried running faster and faster in the hill. It was getting longer and longer. I ran until I finally collapsed on the ground, still a ways away from the peak. I looked down while catching my breath, and when I looked back up at the peak of the hill, there was Pontius, lifeless in the mouth of a massive chocolate rabbit. Silhouette sat mounted atop the rabbit. I could not see its face. I didn't want to see its face, but it beckoned me, and I could not look away.
God,
Instead of a silhouette of dark, it was that of a burning white light, and it made me look into the white abyss as it drew closer and closer, until my eyes melted out of my head. And a voice that quaked and buckled the very earth below me. A voice older than time, a voice that was one but also many. It told me, "Where's your egg hunt now, bitch?" I woke up screaming. My cheeks wet from piss, shit, cum, and sweat.
Shit, cum, sweat.
Boogers were also a part of this. Earwax too.
Earwax too. Also, what the fuck?
My alarm then went off. Time for school. I got to the when I
It sounds
school
like
that day.
Judas needs to go to the ER. It sounds like he doesn't need to go to school. Every orifice expelled.
Okay. When I got to school that day, Pontius wasn't there. And later in the day, I was called down to the office by the principal. When I got down to the office, I saw Pontius's mom there, crying. The principal then called me in. "Take a seat, son." I sat down. "Son, you're friends with Mr. Pilot, is that correct?" "Yes, sir. Well, what's going on?" "Well, you see, son, Mr. Pilot didn't show up for school today. In fact, his mother says he never came home from playing with you yesterday." "What?" I said, startled and scared. "You know anything about this, son? Where was the last time you saw Mr. Pilot, son? What were you two doing?" My throat tightened with anxiety. The words Pontius last said to me yesterday were haunting me now. At that time, I didn't want to believe him, but deep down a part of me knew it might be true. Jesus had risen. I explained everything to the principal as best as I could, telling him what we did yesterday, what we talked about, and when I saw him last. I wanted to bring up the dream, but the principal already thought I was losing it from all the stress and told me to calm down. After everything, he had called my parents and they picked me up early from school that day. They thought it would help me out psychologically or something. Days passed, and still no Pontius. Besides that, everything seemed somewhat normal. Day arrived. On Easter, I was woken up by my family. They handed me my standard issue egg hunting basket and pointed me in the direction of the front yard full of eggs. I moseyed out of the house into the lawn. 1 an egg, 2 an egg, 3 an egg, 4, I said to myself as I picked up the fluorescent-colored eggs. Things were looking up. I had picked up a few eggs. Still no Pontius, but these eggs. Now these were some eggs. Everything was egg-tastic. That is until I went to pick up my 5th egg. I bent down to get my 5th egg. I heard a muffled voice come from the egg, and it was shaking. I looked at it for a moment and began to cautiously reach down for that sweet, sweet egg. I picked it up. Oh, mama, look at this egg. The muffled voice was louder. I paused. Usually eggs didn't scare me, but this egg was scaring me. The egg shaking violent in my hand at this point, with an abundance of muffled screams and shout, curiosity taking hold of my every decision. With both hands I grabbed the top and the bottom of the plastic egg and began to pull. My eyes growing wider and wider, my heart pounding harder and harder with each bit of force used to open up this egg. And finally, pop. Couldn't believe my eyes. What sat in the palm of my hand was no normal egg treat. Inside the egg was something of miracle and something of foul horror all at the same time. It was my beloved Pontius, small and made of chocolate. Unconscious! I cried out. Unconscious like a newborn, adjusting his eyes to its first light, calmly raised his head and looked at me, then screamed, "Behind you!" And Jesus killed me. The end. So yeah, that was that.
And Jesus killed me. But thankfully, he let me type all of this out before.
I really like that he woke up from a nightmare in the middle of it, right? But he was still just in it. Like it was.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
like, just a crazy story that I think
Easter's super scary, man. Like
I
mean,
just
if this can happen, that's fucking horrifying.
we've all heard those like Easter, soundtrack CDs with the spooky noises.
Freaking door, that's so
Yeah.
scary.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I pissed and shat and came all.
Oh, my earwax blasted out of my fucking ears. Yeah. My headphones are just full of earwax now. It's
I don't know what to call that. That's like spooky, scary.
I don't know what
scary,
to call that. I don't think anyone knows what to call that.
I mean, the segment. Sorry, Reddit spooky stories. Who cares? It's over.
Tales
r/spookiness.
r/tales from the
spooky.
crypt.
Yeah.
r/spooky.
Just everyone, like this Easter holiday coming up, just be careful because
Be careful. Don't
stuff knows what can happen.
love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor is
Yeah.
definitely the message at the end of this.
Yeah, watch out as you betray your neighbors and send them to a speedy yet fair trial.
A speedy yet fair crucifixion.
Yeah, like, that was. I really, really enjoyed that that whole fucking thing.
Yeah, we're saying is you can betray your neighbor. Just make sure that they're not Jesus before you do that.
Oh yeah,
Make-
I
make
think
sure they're
that's
not
who
gonna
that
come
guy
back.
was.
Yeah.
I think that's who the guy was in the story, their
Yeah,
neighbor.
I really, really like the idea. I really like the idea that like the Easter Bunny and like collecting eggs all predates Jesus
Yeah.
dying on the cross. Like Easter was like already a holiday, and Jesus came in and just fully like took it over
Just
for
co-opted it.
himself.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that was beautiful. Hauntingly beautiful.
Hauntingly beautiful.
This
I just
is what
I got cold shiver run
this
down
is
my
what
spine.
the plot of that movie or that one short film Holidays should have been. It shouldn't have been Easter Bunny Jesus kidnapping.
Oh, I still want
a
to see
kid.
that.
Your story was better. You're not missing out on anything.
I think Barbie Girl 69420. Yeah, she's
Wrote
the
that
one
short
who.
film, yeah.
Yeah, she did really good. That was a great story, Barbie.
Yeah.
It sounds like you really went through it, Jesus. I cannot get over some of the like weird religious implications that story has right now. They're also kids, like this is so Jesus had a car.
Yeah. There was like just so much doesn't make sense about it, but it's it's someone's story, and I
We
trust
all
them.
we all have a story. And this was Barbie Girl 69420.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Barbie Girl 69420 for you. I mean, that's just in a nutshell. Oh my god. It would be so funny to read a Bible verse by Barbie Girl, like the Gospel of Barbie Girl 69420.
That's like, what are those? Like, there's John 3:16.
Yeah,
What is
like
that 3:16 part? Is that like verse and something else?
Yeah,
What
John
is that?
3:16. It's
What does the 3 and the 16 represent?
the chapter.
You know what I mean?
Chapter and verse.
Yeah.
Chapter and the verse. Okay, so Barbie Girl 69.
Barbie Girl.
Chapter 69.
Yeah,
verse
verse 420. Oh shit!
Wow.
Amazing.
Well,
Truly.
that's all I gotta say about that. It's like Forrest Gump.
Modern horror masterpiece.
No, I really. What was the part? I was gonna say there was a part of that I really thought was fucking hysterical on every front. I can't remember now what it was. Oh, it was when
I lost
you're
it
like
behind you.
Romans get him. I mean cops get him.
Oh man.
It's like a small
Yeah.
town, so all the police are like the same family whose last name happens to
Right.
be Roman. Yeah, Romans get him.
There's just so much like shit, like logic just thrown out the window. The fact that the cops can't do anything just because there's simply too many people in the way of things.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
So stupid.
But I mean, to be fair though, January 6th, like.
Oh. Damn. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
Those
we
cops
can't.
couldn't do anything.
In fact, they just had to they had to enable it.
Oh, they just had to like open the gates for them at a certain point because they were so overwhelmed. They just. What else could they have done other than their fucking jobs and kept them away from the fucking Capitol?
Yep.
The video of that one security guard just opening the gate for like 300 MAGA bros is the saddest shit of all time. You literally have one thing that you get paid for, okay?
Keep that
One
gate
singular
closed.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. This gate, okay? Keep this gate closed. You don't have to open it. Just even making them jump over it will automatically eliminate like half of their numbers who cannot get over the 2-foot tall gate, all right? And you're good. Like you've done your job for the day.
Oh my god.
It's
like.
Are any of you familiar with, well, Rob, you're probably not because you said you don't watch streamers, but are you guys familiar with Pay Money Wubby on Twitch?
Oh, I know
Yeah.
people a little bit.
He does a, I don't know.
He's a ridiculous human being.
Yeah,
like
he's
truly,
hilarious. Yeah.
he's one of those streamers who is just like, oh, I'll do anything for the
Literally
bag. I think he
anything,
literally, he has like a couple like streams that are like, this stream doesn't end until I shit myself live on camera.
Yeah.
It's like
the whole thing of that was like he ate a bunch of these like sugar-free gummy bears that are supposed to like make.
Oh yeah, he ate laxatives. Yeah.
No. It wasn't even that. It's like Haribo sugarless gummy bears apparently just make you want to shit really bad as like a side effect. And then he was like, I want to try and make it at least 2 hours without shitting, but to make it harder for myself, I've eaten like 4 times the amount of these gummy bears you're supposed to eat. I have done nothing but eat Taco Bell all day.
Ooh.
I've done nothing but have iced frappuccinos from Starbucks. like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's a psychopath.
He's insane. Yeah. But point being, he did.
He's like made a living.
Yeah. A really successful living out of.
He's got a really nice
shit like
house.
that.
He's
Yeah.
like living the fucking life.
But point being is that he, I don't know how recent this is, but he's done this a couple times now where he plays a game with his chat called Teacher, Toucher, or Terrorist, where people submit like images of people and then you have to guess, is this person a teacher, are they a terrorist, or are they a pedophile? And you get, he gets a point for everyone.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then at the very end of like one of his streams, he's like, "Okay, last one, make it count. Teacher, toucher, or terrorist?" And it's just a picture of everybody at the January 6th riot.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, he's Pay Money Wubby he's fucking amazing. He also had a really good like breakdown of the whole artesian builds thing. That's how I found out about it. Was his video he did on that.
Yeah, he looks like a fierce dude. I'm looking at him in like a fucking green green suit right now.
Yeah, that's his
Dude,
other
green
thing too.
screen
Yeah,
suit.
he just wears a green screen morph suit, so all you see
It's
is like
so funny.
you
It's
just,
so funny.
like,
All you see is his face.
his hovering
Oh,
face, his
yeah.
headphones just like levitating around his face. Like
It's hysterical.
Awesome.
It's truly so good,
his
dude.
little like lapel mic hanging off of nothing, just
Yeah.
below his chin.
It's like genius level shit, truly.
Yeah.
The crazy shit he does on I there was a couple of weeks where I really like dove headfirst into his content, and he's got some like half of his content is just I'm gonna like force feed myself and my girlfriend alcohol and weed, and we're gonna just make asses of ourselves.
Yeah.
And the longer you pay us, the worse we will get, like on camera.
There's one. I think they become a semi-regular thing where they do like a you laugh you lose stream where they just get high as shit, and then every time they laugh they have to donate like $100 to the other person's like PayPal or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like
There's one I watched where it's like every time it was just him. It's like every time I laugh, I lose money, and it was just literally it was like
and
he
ends up
lets
having
you
to pay,
submit.
Yeah. He ends up having to pay like $6,000 to like everyone in chat. Not like $6,000 per person, but like cumulative. Like he gave away $6,000
God
because
damn, I gotta be in that fucking chat.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing is like business wise, it's super smart because he charges like $1 per second for any video you submit to him. So it's like, dude, he is one of those guys where it's like. He probably has like a marketing degree, and he's one of the few people he graduated with who like understands what marketing actually is.
Yeah.
Like so many people have marketing and business degrees, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? They just have the degree to do business. This guy is like, no. I'm the product. I understand how this works right now.
I know how to sell myself. Give me some sugar-free gummy bears and Taco Bell.
Yeah, and I'll clench my asshole as hard as I can as long as you keep feeding me money.
My favorite stream that he's ever done is he did a sleep stream where he had like speakers set up like just out of frame, and you could donate to play really loud shit through the speakers to keep him falling asleep. there was like it's like for $50 you can play like a 10-second video. For $100 you can play like your own custom text-to-speech message. Like it went up to like $1,000. My girlfriend will come in while I'm asleep and dump ice water on me. Like
See, I like that stuff, but people talk so much shit on that. Like, not throwing shade at him, but like Dr. Spin and I have gotten into like an argument about this. He's like, "Oh, I hate when streamers do that or whatever," and I'm like, I think it's fine. Like,
honestly,
I really like Jack AM, but he's stopped his show. It's over now. But there was a time before it ended where he got this wristband that if you paid a certain amount of money, it would shock him at the high whatever voltage he set it at. And it would happen even off stream apparently too. Like, there was like bugs happening with it. So it was just really funny. But there was a day where he
it's just like doing the calculation of like it's 3 a.m. in California. Let's just donate $100 on the off chance he's got the watch on.
Basically. But there's this. He does these marathons for mutual aid funding, or he used to, which was super awesome. And he was doing this thing. It was like an all-day event, and one of the events was bobbing for apples, and like half of the apples were actually onions. And people were shocking him nonstop as he was bobbing for apples and onions. And like it's probably one of the only times you see Jack Allison like freaking out like this much. It was gold. So I love when people do that shit. I think it's totally fine.
Listen,
to some extent,
I can't remember
to some extent, Pay Money Wubby is also like making fun of those people who do that like in like the overplayed way. Like,
dude. Yeah. Well, he's like taking it to the next level. He's like he's not only making fun of these people, he's like this is actual like pain and degradation I'm letting my fans inflict on me, right?
There's a great moment where there was one stream they did where I forget what it was, but like it was like some like porch game. I think it was like massive like beer pong or something.
Yeah, trash can beer pong.
Yeah, he was on his like porch playing with his girlfriend, and there's like his neighbors you can see like in the distance are like it's like parents and like a couple little kids like who have a playground set up. And at the beginning of the stream, he's like, "Yeah, sorry, we're gonna hear like my neighbor's kids a lot. We'll try and like fix the audio like as it happens or whatever." But he gets like he is like losing the beer pong, and he's getting like frustrated and also frustrated with these kids, and like at like the hour and a half mark, you hear the kids like laughing really loud, and he just turns around and goes, "Shut up! Shut the fuck up!" And like the kids like go quiet, and he like he realizes what he did, and he starts to like have a panic attack. He's like, "I screamed at a bunch of kids. I screamed at like they have to pause the stream." Like it's so fucking good.
Wow.
He's a wild guy.
He that oversight, the trash can beer pong. I've seen one of them. I haven't seen the one Jacob's talking about, but the way it works is that when your opponent like scores on one of your trash cans, there's either like a challenge you can do in the thing. It's like a little note. You can either do the challenge, or you can drink like a fucking glass of alcohol to like save your trash can, right? Yeah. So by the end of the first round, like him and his girlfriend are fucked up, like super drunk, like aggressive. They've done multiple challenges already to that point, like getting pies in the face and shit, doing the like ghost pepper dab on the tongue, and like not like being like you can't drink anything. The only thing you can do is like spray fucking what do you call it, whipped cream in your mouth. Like it's all just again, yeah, I have no problem with a person like this being rich, because it's truly, it's like
he doesn't.
You're gonna have to live
seriously
with that forever.
Yeah.
Like, you're never gonna be able to not be that guy. So here's a bag, like for real. Like you've earned it. I can't remember who it was, but there was someone. It might have been Hassan. I don't know, but I remember watching a clip of a Twitch streamer describing Twitch streaming as literally street begging, and there are street beggars who just sit on the street asking for money, and then there are people who like bring a guitar out on the street or do bucket drumming or dancing, whatever it is, right? It's like I can respect that on a certain level where it's like, yeah, man, we're all just trying to get that bag. Like if I had no shame, like truly zero shame, I would probably try that. Yeah. I just don't necessarily want videos of me like trying not to shit on camera while I'm watching like funny videos. I just don't want that for me.
You have to go like dive fully into it. You can't just half-ass it, because then you're fucked. You're like, no one likes you for trying it, and even like it's just riding that line of like, you're a fucking bitch. Like you didn't even. You like look lame for trying it, and you look lame for failing at it then too.
Right.
Yeah.
My single favorite thing that he has come out of his streams though is he invented farquadding, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's literally like, you know how we had the whole I lost the game thing in like middle school and high school. Exact same concept. It's just tricking somebody into looking at a picture of Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Right. Yeah.
and then you have to say get Farquaaded after you do it. Like it's just such a stupid joke. But like
I've only watched his like clips and VODs on YouTube. I've never watched him live, but the one thing I really like that he does is, because he'll do these like 2-hour sessions where he'll have like 10K people in his Twitch stream, and he'll just do like a user submission thing where anyone can post like any video within just the realm of like, don't post nudity or gore, right? Like it has to be on YouTube. And there will be people who will donate like $800 to play their like 12-minute like passion art piece shit that they post on YouTube
And
to try to get promotion.
And he'll see that it's along like just a self plug, and he'll just go.
Yeah, he'll do that. He'll just pretend to sleep, or he'll just like walk out. He'll just be like, "I'm just gonna go get more beer or something," right? And he'll just let it fucking play. He like encourages people to like go and like take a bathroom break or something like while that video is playing, because self-plugging, and it's great because it's like I'm taking the money. Like it's my fucking money. You're no one is gonna subscribe to. I've watched a bunch where people will post like fucking Valorant gameplay or like Call of Duty montages on there, and he just lays into them, be like, no one wants to watch your shitty quick scoping montage. This isn't 2008. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Thanks for the money. I can't wait to pay my bills. I can't wait to pay my fucking Tesla lease with your money, dipshit. Like,
oh my god, that
it's
is
great.
so funny.
He's great. Yeah, that's
2008 comment is perfect. Like, people are still making those montages like crazy, dude. And it's like, I
one
don't.
day they're gonna make a
though.
comeback.
I guess you're like.
No, they're not.
Whenever a poppin' game comes out, people look at those things for a little bit, but I don't. I never do. I didn't do it.
Yeah, no.
I'm above that. I mean, I just am.
Yeah, me too. I'm like just so above like everything. I'm just like a god, basically.
My threshold is: would Wings of Redemption do this? Then no, I'm not gonna do it.
Wings of Redemption is like another streamer that just
So the thing that Rob said earlier about like you have to have like a talent, you have to have something that warrants the donation. Well, whereas if Pay Money Wubby is the extreme, like he's gonna go above and beyond to give you shit that you didn't even know you wanted. Wings of Redemption is the person just with the cup being like,
please, yeah, give me money.
Yeah.
Cursing and screaming at people on the street, but simultaneously being like, "Do you have a dollar? You know, like, can I have a dollar?"
Like Jake, you fucking loser! Stop commenting stupid shit in my chat. Donate or get the hell out. Like shit like that. It's so like.
Is Wings of Redemption an artist, like a musical artist, or is he a Twitch streamer?
No, Wings of Redemption is like one of the OG like Call of Duty YouTube people who turned into a Twitch streamer, but he made so many stupid decisions like early on in his career, and now he's just like a parody of himself.
Jake, let me describe him to you this way. He's such a character. He has like, I think his like highest average metric is like 500 or 600 people in his Twitch chat, and 95% of those people are there to make fun of him.
Yeah.
And be mean. And so there's like a couple videos where Wings of Redemption is like literally crying on camera, being like, the only way I can pay my bills is when you people donate to me. Yeah, you're just making fun of me right now. You're trying to get me to say dumb shit.
But Jake, like, before you get any sympathy for this guy, like, he has gone on record in the past as like doing like just saying and doing awful shit. So like. A lot of this
sucks.
Is,
I mean, yeah.
A lot of it is it's not just the internet making fun of I mean, to an extent,
he's brought it on himself for the most part.
It sounds like it's a like type of masochism he's into at this point, you know, where he's like, he's log on to make money to get yelled at. Like this is
the problem is, and he's like said this in interviews. He cannot get a regular normal job. He just can't. Like it's the fact that he has been like using the internet to make money since like 2006 era, and he has a like 14 year gap in his resume. He is also like, because he was on the PKA podcast for a while. When they first started with like Woody's Gamertag and FPS Russia,
he and Woody's Gamertag were like the two founding members, and then they brought on FPS Russia. Like,
and he got kicked off of the podcast because they were gonna do like a wildlife Survivor Man style thing where they were gonna go to like a national park and like camp out for 3 nights and record it all, make a bunch of videos. And FPS Russia drives like 7 hours to a different state
location that they're gonna do.
Yeah, to meet up with Woody's gamer tag and Wings. And the story from FPS Russia's side of things is like he's like an hour away from the campsite. He's already checked in with Woody. Like Woody's gonna be there the next night, and he knows that like Wings of Redemption is gonna. It's like just gonna be the first night. Like Woody's coming the next day. So he was like, yeah, you know, I figured I'd call my friend Wings, like see where he's at. I was like, yo, what's up, Wings? Like, how far away are you? Blah blah blah. And you know, I'm really excited. Can't wait. And Wings of Redemption just goes,
I'm not coming.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be there. And he's like, what do you mean you're not coming? Like you couldn't have told me this 5 hours ago when I got in the car.
But the best part that you're glossing over is it's Wings of Redemption, FPS Russia, Woody's gamer tag, and then some fourth guy were on the podcast at that time. They all pitched the idea of like, let's do a survival trip, and then that fourth guy is like, I don't really know that I'm into that. Like, you guys can do that, but I probably won't come along. And then Wings is like, oh, you fucking pussy, you're not gonna go out in the woods and be a man.
He called everyone out.
Yeah,
he was
like,
he was like, I'm a real man.
I'm a real man.
He came up with. He wanted it to be like a challenge with like a point system where it's like everyone had to like light a campfire with flint and steel and like chop wood, and he like even posted a video like days prior of him like lighting a fire with a flint and steel, and it's obviously edited after a couple minutes of him not being able to get it. He edited it in him like just lighting it. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah. I just want to say the reason I laughed so hard at that earlier thing was I just misunderstood something entirely. I thought these guys decided on a location and the one guy just drove to a different
location,
state, like 7 hours away.
No.
I was like,
they all kind of they all kind of live like within the like Georgia, Carolina area. So like
they picked like a central location.
They picked one area that they were gonna drive to, and then and Wings was only like 20 minutes away from this place, which is
it was the closest to his house.
Yeah, because Wings has like a weird phobia of like leaving his hometown. Like he gets super nervous about like anytime he has to travel. So they were like, oh well, we'll pick a place that's like close to where you live, so it doesn't like mess with you too much, and then the other two have to do these like 8-hour road trips to like go camp in the woods for the
week. After like, Wings of Redemption, this like 500-pound man being like, "You're not a man. I'm a man. I'm a real man. I'm a survivor man. I could be a lumberjack if I wanted. You know, like I live off the land, kind of shit." And it's like.
No, I could honestly do like a whole from bad to worse on Wings of Redemption, and I just might at this point. I mean, it would only be for Jake,
dude,
but
it's so funny because
for the viewers as well.
Okay, that's fine. For the viewers,
listen, Wings of Redemption's story is amazing because it starts back in like 2006, and he had like 2 years where he was on like top of the world.
The like #1 Call of Duty YouTube channel.
He was like one of the first YouTubers to make like 6 figures on the platform back in the day. It went from like really incredible peak after like 2 years, and then he's just had like 15 downhill years.
It's just been from like 2006 to 2011. It was good, and then it's just been like a plummet ever since.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
It's sad to an extent, but like honestly, it is like from what I understand, he is kind of like embracing the meme of like, oh yeah, people like to make fun of me now, and it doesn't like bother him as much, which I think that kind of makes me happy, but like whatever.
I think we mentioned it on a past episode actually.
Where someone like submitted, like they were talking about, oh yeah, the first casualties in Ukraine, and they submitted a picture of Wings of Redemption, and they were like,
CNN. It's so funny because CNN just like self-reported themselves that they just get their news that they're going to talk about from Reddit, like subreddits, and they just found a picture of Wings of Redemption that was like titled like the first U.S. casualty in Ukraine. Like God bless this like veteran soldier who went there to fight for the Ukrainian people.
Yeah.
And it is
Oh
just
my
the
god.
funniest shit because if CNN had just taken 2 seconds
to
to
research.
reverse Google search this
that
guy,
picture,
they would have known what they were doing, and they just didn't.
The best
That
part too is
so
like
crazy.
that. When Rob, when you told that story and I read about that like it blew my mind. But I found out recently that that's apparently not the first time that's happened.
He died in Syria. He died in Afghanistan.
He died in the Beirut explosion. People
Yeah,
said that. And it's always this, and it's always
Oh my god.
it's always the same picture of him, and it's but like a slightly different name, where it's like, oh, Tim Jones of South Carolina was
Dude, listen, if Wings of Redemption was smart, what he would do is he would sell like a wall map with all the locations he's died in the world, like little red X's where every place he's supposedly died. I'd buy one for $100.
No
Wings,
lie,
like do it.
I think one of the very first ones is that like a local news station ran a story. A local news station ran a story about like, oh, there was an armed robbery at this gas station, and they put out security camera footage of the robber, and it was someone who vaguely looked like Wings of Redemption. So then the internet ran with it, and then like, yeah,
literally just a fat guy.
And then the whole internet was like, oh, Wings of Redemption robbed a gas station, and he was gunned down in a police standoff, and it's like, it's just fucking wild.
Yeah,
to think, like, this
again, the fact that like
yeah.
the news media keeps legitimizing these fucking trolling posts is so funny. You'd think they would, after like the third time, they'd be like, huh, this fucking guy. They bring it up on PKA a lot because like Wings comes up a fair bit on Painkiller already.
That's
and,
that's their from bad to worse. It's like, okay, what new drama has Wings gotten himself into this week?
Yeah, they bring it up all the time where it's like Wings of Redemption is internet famous on a level that like some people can't even comprehend because like. Yeah. Everyone, you know, like there's like TikTok stars that are huge right now and all this shit, but like those are passing trends. Wings of Redemption has been in the game and has stuck around forever. Yes. Like literally since the dawn of like YouTube
no upgrade to like any of his shit, like still using the same old like webcam, the same like shitty mic that like it can barely pick up what he's saying. Like the only thing that's changed is the controllers because he keeps smashing them against his wall every time he gets team killed.
That's his like a whole thing is that he will like have to end streams because he'll break a fucking controller and he'll have to go out and buy another one and then come back and like get people to donate so he can like, you know, buy another one eventually.
There's an amazing clip of like him getting so frustrated, I think in like Modern Warfare 2. And he like physically like tries to twist the controller in half, but he can't, obviously. So
like he's no Hulk, like he's literally gonna like snap it in half.
You can see he does the motion like he's about to, but then he realizes he can't, so he's just like, ugh. Like it's just defeated,
this cheap
like,
Chinese plastic is too much for me.
Like, so yeah, that's the Wings of Redemption episode of the Buttery Males. No,
he's the best.
Funny.
I
love looking at these
though,
pictures of him, and then like the fact that CNN is posting in places.
I'm gonna hold on.
Like all the places you guys listed, like all these war-torn areas.
He's been the first person killed in combat in like every conflict since 2008. Like. Yeah, like hold on. I don't know if Jake, I'm gonna put the picture that CNN keeps using in I'll put it in the forum. 1 second.
He
It's just
he
I love that it is always, without fail, the same picture of him. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Again,
never,
making it
like...
really easy, making it really, really easy for
Yeah.
anybody to do the research, and just somehow they never fucking do.
Yeah, all that.
I honestly, like, he's one of the most ridiculous internet personalities of all time, and FPS Russia did like a Wings of Redemption boot camp when they were trying. They were
That
trying
was
to
like the start of his downfall. That's what made
Yeah.
them realize, okay, this guy's kind of shitty.
They were trying to get him to lose weight, and apparently he lost like 40 pounds. Like FPS Russia like moved him into his house in Georgia for a whole month. There was like, dude, it's maybe one of the funniest clips of all time where FPS Russia is explaining like, I invited him out and he agreed, and I started walking him around my house, kind of like figuring out how I get it ready for him, and I realized to myself, huh. My shower's a little small.
And I'm a normal-sized guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Wings is gonna fit in my shower. And so construction began on a triple wide shower. It's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
It's wild. We might just have to do a whole episode dedicated to his rise and downfall. But yeah, I do want to say though, is because Rob, I know you had a segment and we're like an hour and 10 minutes in right now. So if you wanted to squeeze that in,
we're shorter than that by actually
okay.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, well then yeah, we can talk about Wings for another like 40 minutes. Then we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, what's this segment you got for us, Rob? What's
So yeah, it's basically, it's a segment, and it's something we're gonna do, and then we will have done on the podcast. I don't know about you guys. I spend like a fair bit of time not really posting on Reddit, but I just kind of like scroll through different Reddits, like, every like month I'll like pick a different kind of group of Reddits, because it's like, well, I've seen everything to see on like these other ones, right? And so I just figured like it might be funny if we talked about some of our favorite Reddits to like go on and see some of the current trends that are happening on the internet, because Reddit is the front page of the internet. Unless you're like a normal fucking person, in which case it's like Yahoo or Google.
I'm barely on Reddit, but I'll hop in there every now and then. Actually, like I'm in a lot of Discords that lead me to Reddit. That's usually how I get there. But
Okay.
I really enjoy the just going to r/ask Reddit and then sorting by whatever has the fewest replies. Because it's always people, or no, not r/AMA, because it's not all celebrities. It's mostly people, just like anyone being like, I have a third nipple, ask me anything, or like I was fired today, ask me anything. And I always sort by whatever has like the least amount of replies, and then I go through and I like ask them a question that just has nothing to do with what their like claim to fame is in the title. Like, there was one I remember where someone was like, I'm a SoundCloud rapper, ask me anything. And I posted, like, are you one of those shitty fucking assholes in New York City who hands out free CDs and then asks for a donation? And the guy was just like, no. And then I downvoted his reply.
You downvoted him? Wow, you're a fucking menace. Shit. I
know Jake and I have talked a fair amount, but I really like those, not all of them are great, but I like the no sleep Reddit, where it's like people just writing like short, scary stories. The vast majority of them are shit, but there are some that are really, really good. Like, there was this one I read not too long ago, and then I found I sent this one to you, Jake, because I know you like this shit. But it was this a guy who's like really into audio production did like a dramatic reading and then like put his own music and like sound effects in to like make it like an actual radio play. And it was like this, like, from this kid's perspective. He lives in this neighborhood where it's like everyone who lives there is like super lucky, everything works out for them. But the catch is that every single night at 3 a.m., something walks through the neighborhood whistling, and if you look outside to try and see what it is, then your life is, like, you're just fucked forever. Like, whatever that thing is just going to follow you down. So, like, and the narration had this, like...
Harvey Weinstein.
It's Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. But it's, no, it was, yeah, I really like those, like the amateur writers, because there is some legitimate good content out there. It's just you have to weed through a lot of it to get to it.
Yeah.
I last night, so I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't know why. I went to bed at like 11:30, but 1 a.m. rolled around and I was just still tossing and turning. So I was like, whatever, I'll get on my phone. Go on Reddit, and the first subreddit that like popped up in my feed was r/fight porn, which is just people beating the fucking shit out of each other. And
okay, it's not like that type of porn where like it's like submission fucking.
No,
shit.
No, it's just people beating the absolute fuck out of each other. And I last night discovered a trend I really enjoy on r/fight porn, which is there's like a ton of videos where you can't really tell who the aggressor is or not. Like it's either it'll pick up in the middle of the fight, or you will outright miss the conversation that caused the physical altercation, and so you're kind of just left up to rooting like whoever you find less annoying, or like whatever your metric is, right?
Right.
But I really there's like a pretty good funny trend on there of people posting fights where one of the guys in the fight is like obviously not in the wrong, or is like kind of like trying to be a hero and like stop an altercation from happening, and that person just gets the shit kicked out of them, even though they're like the righteous one. They just like if Jesus didn't resurrect, he just got killed, Like
I gotta say, that's how you know it's real life, is like when the good guy's just getting the shit kicked out of them.
Oh, dude, there's the one that is like it really blew my mind, because there's one where this guy like he like gets in the middle of a fight to like help his buddy out, right? But really he's just trying to stop this dude from kicking this fucking buddy's head in. So he grabs the dude and he like throws him on the ground, and he like points at him. He's like, "Stay on the fucking ground." And then that guy's buddy, clearly the aggressor, comes in and just knocks that dude the fuck out and puts him on the ground. It's
Jesus.
like but the epitome of it all, truly, it was like one of the last videos I found last night is it's a video of a guy on the street, I think in like LA, fucking with a dude dressed as Batman. And the guy dressed as Batman is finally like, "Fuck you," and like pushes him away from him. And this dude just kicks the absolute shit out of Batman for like a minute and a half, while everyone, all these people are just watching it happen.
You see like that happen in New York City all the time, where like someone dressed as Spider-Man is beating up like
Elmo or some shit.
Gumbo or
Yeah.
no. Is Gumbo the green guy? Is that who I'm thinking?
No,
who am I thinking?
Gumby.
Gumby.
I said Elmo. I didn't say.
Well, that's probably happened too. I bet. I mean,
I just think to that video of like Elmo in Central Park being like, "What, like fuck you, man, step up," like while there's like a bunch of kids and families around, like eyes wide. Like,
there's a really funny, because I watching all these videos last night, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I haven't been in a fight in a long time. Maybe that makes me just like a smarter person, right? That I've managed to stay out of physical altercations in my adult life. And there's this one video of these two guys in like South Central LA, both kind of like, what's the fucking word? stepping to each other, if you
Yeah.
will, like posting up, like kind of getting their fucking chest out in the other guy's face. And it's so funny because these guys are so fucking dumb, because the one dude is just being like, where you at right now? Where the fuck are you at right now? And the other guy is like, I'm right here. What the fuck? Like, I'm right in front of you. Like, what the fuck you mean? Where am I? It's like, where are your people at?
I'm fucking blind. Where are you at, man? Where are you at?
It it's crazy. And then the dude who is trying to act all tough obviously gets his shit stomped in, and his buddies have to like pick him up off the ground, and he's like wobbling around, like the camera like looks down at his legs, they're shaking. He has to like stand up against a wall to like try to keep fucking talking his shit. That's the other thing that's great about fight porn, is when the dude, it's like, I usually root for the guy who isn't talking shit. That's usually where I come down on things.
Yeah.
And it feels great to see the guy talking shit get fucked up. But man, sometimes like these dudes will say the wackiest shit, and then, oh my god, like there's a video of this guy. He's got to be like 5'5", like 140 pounds, and he's in a gym, and he's like yelling at this dude who's like 6'8", 400 pounds, right? And he just keeps antagonizing him, and this tiny dude finally like pushes the big guy, and the big guy just starts walking forward, punching, not even like really going forward. He just lazily is walking forward, punching at this guy. Knocks the dude on the ground, kneels over the guy, and the guy like can't. He's like the guy's swinging on the ground, kicking his legs, can't do anything. The guy on the ground is yelling like, "Get off me, you fat bitch!" Like he's totally disarmed at this point. Like he cannot lift this man off of him. And the bigger dude, this like massive hulking guy, just looks down at this puny bitch whose punches couldn't even reach his head if he wanted them to, right? And he just says to this guy, I could kill you right now, and you're still acting like this. And it's so fucking funny to me.
Oh my god. That just reminds me of there's this video of Brock Lesnar, I think on vacation or something. And he's just like a well-known wrestler, MMA fighter, like heavyweight champion. He has like Viking DNA in his blood. Like he is ridiculous. And there's a video of him on vacation where some guy was starting shit with him, and Brock Lesnar just owned him so hard, not really fighting him, just kind of restrained him on the ground. And like an officer comes up and is like telling Brock Lesnar to back off this guy. This guy clearly keeps wanting to swing on Brock Lesnar at every chance he gets. So it's just Brock Lesnar being like yelled at by a cop, like he's in the wrong, and Brock Lesnar's just saying to the cop over and over again, he's like, if I let him up, are you gonna restrain him, or do I have to keep restraining him now? Because
like, is this
I'm
fight
not
gonna
the
continue?
bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm just a huge guy, and it might look bad in this situation, but this fucker, he knows who I am, and he wanted to take a swing at me multiple times, and it's crazy. I loved that, actually. I was like, that's the way to do it. Like, Brock Lesnar knows he could maybe kill any man with his bare hands, and he's just like, I'm just going to hold him down, officer. Don't point the gun at me.
Right.
He's the guy who attacked me. Wild shit.
Yeah, wild shit.
Oh, dude.
My absolute, like, to get back to what Rob was saying though, my absolute favorite Reddit. It's taken me a long time to find it. And now I have to excuse myself because the name is not very PC. It's just a meme review Reddit, or not a meme.
That's
review,
that's right, like, Emmy board. This is the guy you chose to represent you.
It's just like people posting just like those like ironic memes that like there is no joke, but you can't help but laugh at how absurd it is. Like I really love that humor. The Reddit is r/okbuddyretard. But the full name is r/smosh the movie Blu-ray HD.torrent download, and torrent has a 0 instead of
That's
a
so
no.
fucking funny to me.
I love that. And the whole Reddit is just it's like the top post at the time that I found it was Peter Griffin in a police outfit holding a gun, aiming it at the camera, saying, "Why did my Reddit post not free Hong Kong?"
Man, oh man.
Shit like that. I love it. Like, I think they've changed their name since, because like every link that I'm like going to,
Why are black people still disproportionately targeted by police? I posted a black square on Instagram.
Yeah,
Like, I did my part. What the fuck?
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know, like that Reddit might have changed their name, but that's what it was at the time. But it was so fucking funny. You might have to use the Wayback Machine if you want to find it by the name that I said.
The R word is making a comeback.
It is, yeah.
It's very popular again. I will.
that train for a
Oh,
while. Let's see
yeah.
how far that goes, but yeah.
I've been campaigning to bring it back, and no, I'm just obviously that is a joke.
Gotta go suicide
yeah.
myself about something else.
I've been printing shirts out, flags, bumper stickers that just say it. Just say that one single word. I really like the r/conspiracy Reddit a lot because they will routinely spin me with some like bullshit, right? Where I'll read like a fucking 8-paragraph post about like just some absolute nonsense, and by the end of it I'm like, yeah, okay, I mean I guess that China really is like enslaving Japanese babies to make iPhones, and I guess I'm in the wrong, right? Like,
Yeah.
But my favorite recent, and maybe it's like a long-standing joke on the subreddit, but my favorite thing on r/conspiracy right now is they have like gone so deep in the rabbit hole that the conspiracy has turned to like they're now like making up conspiracies about the admins of the forum. Like that the forum admins are like censoring content and hiding the truth now, and it's like literally like community trusted mods who are like, pro like conspiracy theory, and there are tons of posts right now about people being like, the mods are in on it, the mods are the deep state, like no one wants to tell you the truth, but Reddit mods are the real fucking Illuminati, like all this shit. It's so funny to me. They've just like inverted, like a collapsing neutron star. They've like inverted on themselves.
To be fair, not a bad place to hide if the Illuminati was gonna hide anywhere. I would not suspect
Honestly,
Reddit
though.
mods.
Yes, but it is just so funny to think about. Can't imagine, like, let's say, the Illuminati runs the world, and they're just gonna hop in on these conspiracy theories.
So, like, here's one that
I'm just like, what?
Here's one that just popped up. So, Epstein's private banker found hanging from a rope. Judge who was handed the case, his son was murdered and husband shot by a man dressed as a FedEx delivery guy. Fake FedEx delivery driver who killed the judge's son now found dead. It's like, it's just shit where it's like, there's no proof, but I believe you. Like, I will believe you no matter what. You just have to post it on this subreddit, and that's my reality now.
Oh my god, this r/conspiracy theories page is fucking insane. There's like a picture of it's a meme, and it says, and then we had Will Smith slap Chris Rock at the Oscars, and it's all of these reptilians drinking out of goblets, just laughing at each other.
Yeah, there's some like
Reptilian shit
they,
is just like insane.
oh dude, I love that shit.
The people who are like, there's no other logical explanation. It has to be reptilians. Like, I want to have a beer with them. Like, I don't want them to convince me. I
They'll
just want to.
shoot you
I
in the face.
Well, I know what I want to do is I want to gather like, let's say 5 of those people who believe in that shit and just get like a corner booth at like a bar and say, okay, so it's all agreed upon. You guys believe in reptilian shit, okay? I don't. All I want to do is I just want to sit down and have a conversation with you about anything else for the next like 5 hours.
It's impossible.
Yeah, because no, not like as a challenge for them to like not say it. I want to hear the other wild shit that they individually believe in. Like,
Don't you understand? Like that's like the reptilian thing is at the epicenter for them. So
yeah,
everything you talk about is going to swirl back to that topic.
exactly.
yeah.
Every
Well,
time.
but I'm not necessarily saying they must believe in something that's even more crazy. I want to see like where the reptilian thing is at the epicenter. Like we all know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I
You wanna-
agree
you
on
wanna be a
that.
part of the
I want to
journey
see.
to the epicenter.
I want to see what other branches come out of that. Is what I
Fair
want.
enough. Like,
Yeah.
talk about nutrition. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I actually could think of some crazy theory. Like people are like, oh, in Germany, they have nutritionist doctors who
Yeah.
this is how you beat cancer, and like the pharmacy companies here notice the snake wrapping around the scepter, and that represents like
You just reminded me.
doctor institutions or whatever.
You just reminded
Tell
me
me.
of something that it's totally unrelated, but I was on YouTube Shorts yesterday when I was getting ready for bed, and I found a video where it's like some guy talking about like, oh, here's a weird history fact I bet you didn't know, and it was talking about when Boris Yeltsin visited the U.S. for the first time, and he was like, I forget what he was. It was some diplomatic visit, but then apparently, like as he was like leaving whatever that event was to go back to the airport, he made his like security detail stop at like a random grocery store because he's like, I want to see like how, because obviously America's gonna put on the best of the best. Like I want to see what a real American grocery store is like the shit that happened in like the interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen, where it's like what appears to be an immaculate grocery store, and then you get up and it's all like fake like props and all that. Boris Yeltsin thought that was just how we did things, and then he went to like an actual like mom and pop grocery store and was like, this is better than the shit we have at the Kremlin. Like, what the fuck? Like, and it was so fucking wild.
Oh shit, these vegetables are real. Like, damn.
It apparently shook him to his core so much that he left the Communist Party a year or two later.
Oh my god.
Like, wait,
so
oranges are real?
Oranges
like oranges
are real?
exist?
Like, yeah.
I just imagine him
Yeah.
starting to tremble, like while holding an avocado. Just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, just like squeezing a melon in his fucking hands. I was roped into really believing the reptilian shit because of a long-winded Reddit post about like everything that like modern leaders have done in the last like couple hundred years to basically terraform the planet into like a reptilian paradise, where it's like the industrial revolution, like literally like branching ties from like the industrial revolution back to ancient alien conspiracies and all this nonsense, and I was so caught up in it. I was like, yeah, this is just it now. Like, this is just how I view the world right now.
In high school, after watching that Zeitgeist movie, I started watching those David Icke videos for a time, and I was like, is this real? Like they're like post. Like he does like his talks that are basically TED Talks. They're like long ass just talks to an audience of people about reptilians, and the people that like it was like post show interviews with audience members. some of these people just seem sane. Like I went back to it years later and I was like, that is scary as fuck. Like the fact that I don't know. There was like points he would bring up that were just like obviously anecdotal, but he would state it like it was a fact. He was like, Native Americans say that the moon is actually a dragon's egg, so consider that. It's like, consider what about that?
I don't know
what do you
what
want me to do with that?
I don't know what it is about the moon, but like ignoring the moon landing, there are so many fucking conspiracy theories about the moon that I just find funny. There's the one where it's like it's actually a giant metal ball that has cameras inside of it that aliens are using to watch us. It's like it's so
honestly
fucking,
all of this shit could be real. I just could care less. That's that's what got me out of all of that shit. Like I was just like, whatever. Like that would. It's like the thing would happen, and in that moment, I'd be like, "Wow, that is insane."
That's
and
crazy. Okay,
I'm just like,
I gotta go to work
I am
now.
working this shit job still. Like this sucks.
Well, I mean, in the 1970s and 80s, the earliest like moon conspiracies popped up about how like there's like a soda can you can like a Coca-Cola bottle you can see and like all this nonsense. And now it's like, well, if you look at like, the images released by NASA, they've never released like a full like single picture of the Earth. It's like it's gone so exponentially crazier with the technology advancements that it's like there's no defeating it. Like you would I think there's this idea that it's like, oh, free information will just solve the problem of like stupid people, and it's like
no, it just brings it just people to the forefront.
Yeah, it gives the stupid people more power. Like that's all you're doing.
People just know how to spin shit any which way to fit their narrative. So especially crazy people.
Don't quote me on this because I don't know like the full extent
I'll stop
of this.
recording right now.
Yeah, no, but the whole like the moon conspiracy thing, like a big thing. Like I think you guys, I might have even talked about this on the podcast before, but like a big crux of the moon landing conspiracy at the time was people were like, oh, well, look at how great the effects of 2001: A Space Odyssey were. Stanley Kubrick must have been involved in, like, faking that footage and, like, the pictures and all that. And Kubrick apparently thought that was so fucking funny that he put, like, fake little, like, Easter eggs in all of his movies since then, hinting that, like, I faked the moon landing just to, like, fuck with those people. Like, in The Shining, like, Danny is wearing, like, a sweater that has, like, NASA's logo on it, so people would be like, oh my god, that's proof right there. He knows. He's hiding it in plain sight.
Kubrick is dope.
There's a conspiracy right now that for the last like 20 years, American media has like edited pictures and videos of Bernie Sanders to make his skin tone like a dark shade of red, to make it look like he's constantly like fuming, angry, like just to make it look like he's like not a nice person. That's like it's just this weird conspiracy where they're like they'll do, there's like tons of posts where they'll do like side by side pictures of Bernie where it's like, here's what CNN's picture of Bernie from this rally looks like, and then here's a picture that some random asshole took of Bernie Sanders, and it's like one side is like just pale normal Bernie and the other side is like steaming fucking red about to explode Bernie Sanders. It's like
they add little steam lines above him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are privy to this, but there was actually a crazy conspiracy theory I found out about today, believe it or not, that I have to do more research into it to like get the full picture, but the crux of it is that actually Chris Rock smacked Will Smith at the Oscar.
Oh my fucking god! That's
no,
so funny.
I'm not. That's not real. That was a classic Jake Demansky.
That would be. That would be one of the. I think if you wrote up like a solid like 12 paragraphs on that and posted it on r/conspiracy, you'd get a lot of traction.
But it like not a joke though. Like the next day on, I don't know if it was this Reddit, but like trending on Facebook, there was like a photoshopped image of like that picture from the balcony that like someone took like of Chris Rock like recoiling from the smack. Someone photoshopped like a little fake like cushion on his cheek.
Saw this, and I was like, "What the fuck would that do?"
And the whole point was like, "See, guys, it was staged. Chris Rock was in on it." And I was like, "Well, yeah, well, okay, well, what's the point of like having a prosthetic cushion on your face?
It wouldn't do anything.
A slap is still a slap."
Yeah.
Like.
Oh my god, I saw that same shit and I was like, this is so stupid. There's because I'm into like all that supernatural like shit like we talk about, Jacob.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I want to believe that shit, but like at the same time, yeah, like I don't want demons running around.
No, I don't want that either.
But I would like to believe
no.
I would like to believe that there is some truth to that to some extent.
Yeah. So there's like a bunch of videos on my Instagram Explore page that are, you know, those videos where it's like
fucking
someone.
Just as you're talking about creepy shit, Rob's cat just slowly emerged under the couch.
Dude, I got scared for a second. I thought you were pointing to like behind me. I was like,
no,
what happened behind me?
No,
like,
it was like, you're like I saw this really creepy thing on Reddit the other day, and then I was like, I just see this shape like coming out from behind Rob. Sorry, what were you? I didn't mean to cut
it's just
you
like
off. Yeah.
people will record their TV screens and they're like, "Look, that's where their eyes changed."
Yeah. It's where it's just like it's like a video glitch, and people are like, "Yeah, see, this is proof of reptilians because like their eyes are messed up right here." Yeah,
exactly. They're like, or they're like, people have pointed out that like they don't think Joe Biden is actually like Joe Biden. They like point out little lines like on his neck that
they
are
did
just
the
like
exact
a
same shit with
whatever.
Obama. They did the same shit with
Yeah,
Obama. They were like, they were like, Obama's a white guy that had plastic surgery, and here's the scars to prove it. Like that was a actual conspiracy that got traction for a while. It's fucking nuts.
I would love the racism to shine through and just be like, you've never actually seen Obama like slam dunk a basketball, so like how could he be?
The crux of that theory was that his hairline was too like perfectly straight, so it couldn't be real.
Fucking god!
Yeah, that was like the crux of that theory.
That is so funny. Just some guy who has a shit ass hairline, just be like, "That's impossible."
Yeah,
that is impossible that he has that good of hair.
Yeah,
dude, I have been scrolling through it right now, like the trending stuff on r/conspiracy is just, it's all like memes on all these like big energy and like bad, you know, wasteful companies posting tweets about how like they're gonna clean up the environment, all this bullshit. And like this one that really got me, it's a British Petroleum tweet, and the tweet is, the first step to reducing your emissions is to know where you stand. Find out your #carbon footprint with our new calculator and share your pledge today. And the first fucking comment underneath it is some guy named Andrew Henderson, and he said, I pledge not to spill 4.9 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh my god.
It's all fake. I mean, it's all fucking fake.
We live in a simulation. But the one conspiracy theory, I think the one conspiracy theory I think it's safe to say that we all agree is not a conspiracy theory and is proven fact is that without a doubt the ocean is bottomless. There is no disputing that.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no disputing. James Cameron, when he went down there to the bottom, like I said, he came up pale.
Came up hill, yeah.
He realized he saw something.
He
saw
went,
something down
He went
there.
all the way down and started to come out.
Bottom.
It looped back around to the sky, and he started to come out. And
Yeah,
then
he started to
realized-
fall
yeah,
out of the sky.
Yeah, he realized he had to go back before he
He had to go
fell,
back
but yeah.
up, to not fall down.
Go
Yeah,
back
it
up
was
to go
fucking-
down. Yeah, it's wild.
I like this guy.
It's not a flat
Anthony
Earth as much
Antamanik.
as it's not a flat Earth as much as it is like a Mobius strip Earth that just loops
Yeah.
back in on itself. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
There's like a comedian, Anthony Antamanik. He's all right. Like he's got some weird politics at the end of the day, I think. But he made a good point that it's like most conspiracy theories are just rooted in racism at the end of the day, or anti-Semitism. It always just kind of comes down to like
The Jews
well,
run
the
Hollywood.
Jews are the
Yeah,
ones
exactly,
doing
yeah.
this, or like it's black people or something, or
Mhm.
it's always it does, and often those deep enough in those weird reptilian conspiracy theory shit, it just does come down to people being shitty.
It just comes down to the fact that people are intolerant against reptiles, and we need to put a stop to. The reptilians.
reptiles are people too.
Reptiles are people too.
That's what I mean.
need
It's
to
like
be-
racist.
Yeah, it's so
All of
racist.
us.
Some people say I don't see color. I don't see scales. I
don't see scales.
I see a being just like you and me.
I don't see anything actually. I'm blind. I am blind. I don't see anything. Sucks.
I think Rob's pulling a pay money wubby over there in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
just kidding.
I'm just reading a post about how like Bill Clinton was impeached for deleting 8 minutes of like videotape, and his wife was caught deleting like 30,000 emails, like years of evidence, and she's totally in the clear, like totally scot free.
Something we brought up on an early episode was that whole frazzle drip thing. That was a conspiracy theory with Hillary Clinton and Anthony Weiner and his wife, whatever her name was. Do we remember her name? Anthony Weiner's wife.
I don't
It's like
remember.
apparently like they like raided his computer. They found like baby child porn, and then they found
Can't remember her name.
File titled-
Is Anthony Weiner the guy who got kicked out of office for sending dick pics or something?
yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
the 100% drop dead most amazing fucking senator ever in this country. Like, just have you seen the videos of him? Like, I'm not defending
Of
the
him
like
resigning.
weird sexual stuff, right? But there's videos of him going onto the Senate floor and basically like pointing at Republicans and Democrats and being like, "You're all fucking idiots, okay? You're all dumb as fucking bricks for not passing this law." Like, you've never seen. I've said it for a while now that like Anthony Weiner could have been president of the United States because he shows like more legitimate passion than any other fucking elected individual ever. And then it just so happens that he is like
He sent a dick
accused
pic,
of all
yeah.
the exactly where it's like. I'm not saying he didn't send it, but who was the person who solicited it, right?
Yeah.
Was it really this like 16-year-old
There's
girl,
a-
or
there's
was
a
it a
pretty-
CIA agent? Like I don't know.
Maybe. There's a really fantastic documentary about him going through that whole thing like firsthand, and it's fucking awesome. Like it does make him look horrible, but
Yeah.
it's like he makes himself look like shit. Like
Yeah, that's the
I think
worst.
he's one of those
part.
people that's
Well,
also
I would
like,
be bitter as hell.
they
if
will
that's how
say
I
he's
had
a
my
dick, but-
downfall.
yeah, but I think he just didn't help himself at all.
Yeah.
There, like him and his wife just don't know how to be normal people
Mhm.
at all. So
If he had his personal life shit in order, he would be one of my favorite politicians, regardless of his opinions. Like if he had been bulletproof on the personal level, I really appreciate those videos of him storming onto the Senate floor. Like there's like one time where whoever was like, you know, at the helm of the Senate is like saying like, "Mr. Weiner, you're out of order." He's like, "You're out of order.
Yeah.
You're out of order." Just screaming at everyone in the fucking Senate chambers. And it's like, oh, if you were just a good guy, like if you were just a good fucking person, you would be like you would be Bernie 2.0. You'd be like the updated version of Bernie Sanders, right? He'd literally be Bernie Sanders with teeth if he wasn't like a weird creep.
Yeah, he's a creepy guy.
Yeah.
I gotta go after hearing you say that. I gotta go.
I'm sorry, we're canceled.
We've been canceled too many times this episode. Yeah.
If we're not, I was gonna say, like, if we haven't been canceled yet, this is gonna be the one to do it.
Well, I think we
I think that's been another episode of the Buttery Males Podcast.
I do agree.
I think this has been another instance of us not knowing how to end a fucking podcast. Rob
Whoa.
pulls out an AR behind the computer. I think this has been.
I know
another
one way to end
episode.
the podcast for good.
Jesus Christ.
Points the gun at me and it shoots and kills me.
At the webcam. So yeah, tell your friends about us. Follow our Instagram page.
Tell
Follow
your
our
fucking
Twitter.
friends about us, okay? Could you tell your friends about us, please?
Jesus Christ.
I'm scared.
Does anyone else
Tell
have
your
anything
friends.
to plug?
Your friends, follow us on Instagram at the Buttery Males Pod. Follow us on Twitter at Buttery Males Pod. That's all I got. I'm tired.
Check us out on 34 Questions. Our episode should be coming out this month. Jacob's might be out already. Not really sure. By the time you're listening to this, his might be out. I'm not really sure. But yeah, 34 Questions, the podcast we all guested on. That was like awesome. I think we all had a really good time on there. And I think all of our episodes are... I know my episode is going to be amazing. And so I would assume that Jake and Jacob's episode are also going to be very good. So
It was a really good time.
Mine turned out like shit. It was not my fault. It was
Me too.
No, I'm just kidding.
mine turned out like shit because Rob's was so good. That's all he just every 5 minutes the guy was like,
the guy
yeah,
was
your
asking-
episode's not as good as Rob's.
Yeah,
Every-
that's not how
every-
Rob would have answered that.
Yeah,
That's
every,
not how Rob would have answered.
he just kept on asking if he could get Rob on a second time while I was on the show. He was just like hey man, like I don't want to kill your flow or whatever, but could you just get Rob on here instead? I don't really want to talk to you anymore.
I'm trying to get a hold of Rob. That's really the only reason I had you on.
Act like Rob. Try and act like Rob.
Yeah, can you do a Rob impersonation right now for me? Yeah, no. But yeah, no.
Say something about the deep state quickly.
Yeah, check out 34 Questions. Yeah, that was that's a fun show. Good time. Check out the Watchlist podcast. All same places you can listen to this.
Check out The Walking Dead. Check out Mad Men. Check out Ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness is so good. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Big. Check out.
Margera's Big House of Wacky Fun.
Yep.
Sucks. I did it again. That's a
Bam's
really good one.
Unholy Reunion. Or Unholy Union. Jeez.
Sandler Bit My Tongue Too Soon. That's hilarious.
Bam's Unholy
hilarious movie.
Bam's Unholy Reunion is going to be him performing a satanic ritual to revive Ryan Dunn.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Man.
All right.
On
On that
that
one.
note,
Good night,
yeah,
folks.
good night,
That's so
everyone.
fucking dark.